Today I'm gonna take something, it's really like, I'm not making this video really long, but at the same time it's just like gonna be very quick, because I'm gonna represent something new, which is polyvalm. Polyvalm is the same concept, same everything, it just in matrix. So it's matrix polynomial evaluation. So why we care about this? It just does evaluate a polynomial at a set of like scalar and vector points, but this time with a matrix input. So we need matrix. Matrix like bunch of rows, bunch of columns, create matrix. So, and this polyvalm, like here I create like the fitting was along some points, okay, some like scattered data, but here it need to be a matrix. And I also can see the poly fitting in a matrix. That's why it's called like poly, like it's val, it's almost val, but with a matrix, because it's almost same concept. So let's see how this will go. So I'm gonna create X, this Pascal matrix. So of course, like it's a matrix, that's why I choose this function, but Pascal simply means I want like 4 by 4, 4 rows with 4 column. And Pascal is just a symmetric position, like it's definite matrix with integer entries, and it's taken from Pascal triangle. It's very mathematical based, I don't want to go in depth, but you guys can do more research to understand it deeply with complex calculations. But right now, it's gonna give me the Pascal like matrix, like if I press run, 4 by 4, 4 rows by 4 column. Basically it's all Pascal. So now we have a matrix ready for us from like using Pascal. And now let's create the P, which is poly. Now let's just create poly X. So polynomial in general used when you have a specified roots, but this in our code now we are replacing polyfit. So we're gonna use this P to be browser, but for polyvalm instead of polyval. And it's almost the same as I said, like polyvalm and valid, just polyvalm can do with matrix instead of points. Okay, so now y will be equal polyvalm b is a polyfit that I did, and x, which is the axis. A good point, I have to clear all the workspace. Why? For overwriting error, to avoid overwriting error. So we can see, if we press run, we can see all the results here is very like almost close to 0, because this example of Cayley-Hamilton theorem, which is a math theory, simply says that a matrix could satisfy their own characteristics equation. So polyvalm is not necessarily need a graphical representation, as all of you guys can see like now the function. It just you are checking the matrix if it's near 0 or not. If it's near 0, then we are on the right way. If not, then like it doesn't apply the Cayley-Hamilton theorem. Okay, so yeah, as I said, is not necessarily need now graphical representation, because this polyvalm, which is matrix, but it it might like very helpful if you have like tables, maybe Excel, any calculation you need to do. It always like would be super helpful to use like polyvalm along the way.